started Oku Japan in 2005. That was after more than 20 years of living, working, and traveling around Japan. I've been lucky enough to travel quite extensively around Japan to see small islands, stay at wonderful accommodations, visit the amazing hot springs, have the local food, and of course meet local people. And when I started the company, I really wanted to introduce foreign visitors to some of the places that I'd been to. When I looked at other companies that did tours in Japan, I felt a lot of the tours were rather unimaginative. They were almost made to be easy to operate. So they were going to places that were near large train stations, that were on the Shinkansen only, that had large hotels. And I felt that we're missing out on something. I think any trip in Japan is wonderful. Even if you just go to Tokyo and Kyoto, you're sure to have a wonderful time. However, it's a large country. It's very diverse. The regions have a very strong identity. And some of the most wonderful places in Japan are not near a large train station. And so we've made tours that we believe create a really nice blend of the famous places, but also the off-the-beaten-track destinations, small towns, villages, for some pretty unique experiences. We try to take our guests to smaller family-run accommodations, to visit smaller restaurants, and we think this really adds to the experience, the genuine welcome, the incredible pride that these local people have for their region, for Japan and their region. We believe in a sustainable tourism. That's a tourism that is environmentally responsible, but also socially aware. We use accommodations that are owned by local people. The money goes back into the local community. And we try to use local transportation. And I think that's also really part of the enjoyment, part of the uniqueness of this type of travel. You get to travel with Japanese people. You don't just see them through a window. You see kids going to school. You see people coming back from shopping. You see families going to visit friends and relatives. And a small group of foreigners traveling through rural Japan. You strike up conversations. A lot of our guests come back from Japan talking about how it was the wonderful details that remain in their memory. They went to Japan for the famous things, the food, perhaps the hot springs, images of geisha and samurai. But the thing that they went home with were amazing memories of meeting people on trains, having wonderful conversations, the chance encounters. And I think that's something special that we really appreciate. We use only Japanese guides to guide our guided tours. The reason for that is that we think they have the most amazing passion for their country. They've grown up in the country, and they all have a strong desire to explain, to interpret Japan for foreign visitors. And I think that's something which makes these type of trips very, very special.